Hello everyone, welcome to Kansas Future Chiefs Kingdom. Today, we're looking ahead to a big showdown against the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday. Did you know that since Patrick Mahomes took over in 2018, the Chiefs are 4-0 against the Niners? Two of those wins came on the biggest stage of them all, the Super Bowl. Let's revisit these victories and discuss how the Chiefs can keep that perfect record intact. The first win came back in 2018 during Mahomes' fourth career start. It was his first game at Arrowhead as a starter, and he made it unforgettable with 314 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Remember that dazzling play when he scrambled all over the field before launching a touchdown to Chris Conley? That game was a sign of things to come, as the Chiefs won 38-27 despite a shaky defense that year. Fast forward to Super Bowl 54 in 2020, the game that cemented Mahomes' legacy. It wasn't all smooth sailing. The Chiefs were down by 10 in the fourth quarter, but then came that crucial moment, Jet Chip Wasp, a play that sparked a 21-point comeback and sealed the 31-20 victory, earning Mahomes the Super Bowl MVP. That game turned Mahomes and the Chiefs into legends. Last year, when the Chiefs faced the Niners again, Mahomes went off for 423 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading the team to a 44-23 victory. The Chiefs fell behind early, but they scored the last 16 points of the game, showing once again that they're never out of it. This weekend, the Chiefs will travel to San Francisco, aiming to extend their streak to 5-0 against the 49ers. With the Chiefs' defense stepping up this season, Mahomes might not have to carry the load alone. Plus, coming off a bye gives Andy Reid's team an edge, with a record of 21-4 after a bye, the best in NFL history. What do you think, Chiefs fans? Will Mahomes and the defense keep rolling and make it 5-0 against the Niners? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's get ready for another Chiefs victory. Go Chiefs! Let's go Chiefs! A news story recently broke that has sparked a lot of discussion among fans across the web. I'll fill you in on everything that happened, but first, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for the latest Chiefs updates. We have some big news coming up for Sunday's matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, so let's dive in. Alright, here's the deal. Defensive end Mike Dana is officially out for Sunday's game. Head coach Andy Reid confirmed today that Dana is still dealing with a pectoral injury and will not be on the field. This is definitely a blow to our defense, as Dana has been solid this season, bringing pressure from the edge. But as always, the next man up mentality kicks in, and we'll have to see who steps up to fill that void. Now, the other big question mark is Juju Smith-Schuster. He's currently listed as questionable due to a hamstring injury. Juju wasn't even on the injury report earlier in the week, but he was limited in practice on Thursday and Friday. So we'll have to wait and see if he can play. Having him on the field is crucial, especially with Mahomes needing his reliable targets against the tough 49ers defense. Some good news though, running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, wide receiver Mecole Hardman, and defensive lineman Derek Nanati were all listed on the injury report earlier this week. But Coach Reid says they'll be ready to go. That's a huge relief, especially since Edwards-Helaire just came off injured reserve. Having him back in the mix could be huge for the running game. We all know how physical the 49ers are, and with Dana out and Juju questionable, this game just got a little more interesting. But hey, that's what we do. Overcome challenges. Sunday's game kicks off at 3:25 p.m. at Levi's Stadium, and you know we'll be ready to play no matter what. So what do you think, Chiefs fans? How big of a loss is Mike Dana for this game? And do you think Juju will be able to make it on Sunday? Let me know in the comments. Now, we have something interesting today that goes beyond the NFL. Let's switch gears for a second. I know we're all focused on football and how the Chiefs are doing this season. But guess who's giving the Chiefs a shout out from a completely different sport? None other than NBA star Kevin Durant. During an appearance on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Durant was asked which NFL team embodies the mentality of his Phoenix Suns. Without hesitation, he chose, you guessed it, the Kansas City Chiefs. That's right, Durant said. I would say the Chiefs because we bring the championship mentality every day, baby. Now that's pretty cool coming from a guy like Durant, who knows a thing or two about what it takes to be a champion. He's a two-time NBA champion and one of the most talented players in the game. But even Durant couldn't help but point out what we all know, that the Chiefs have dominated the NFL with the championship mentality, much like the one he wants to bring to the Suns. Kay Adams joked with Durant that the Suns haven't had quite the same kind of success as the Chiefs. In fact, the Suns haven't won a championship since their inaugural season in 1968-69. Adams even joked that perhaps the Buffalo Bills, known for coming close but not winning, might be a better comparison for the Suns. But Durant wasn't having any of that. No, Durant replied, Because the Bills are known for going out there and just losing. I don't want to be one of those guys, so I'd rather go with the champs and take on that mentality. How's that for confidence? Durant is clearly looking to bring some of that Chiefs magic to the NBA this season. Now, let's be real for a second. Durant is 36 years old, and while he still has plenty of basketball left in him, there's no realistic hope that he'll lead a dynasty in Phoenix the way Mahomes is doing in Kansas City. But let's go, Chiefs. A recent news story has stirred up some exciting rumors, and I'm here to break it down for you. But first, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all the latest Chiefs updates. We've got some big developments ahead of Sunday's matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, so let's get right into it. With offseason moves like bringing in head coach Mike Budenholzer and upgrading their roster, the Phoenix Suns are in a better position to compete in a loaded Western Conference this year. It's no surprise that Durant wants to channel the Chiefs' winning mentality. Over the past 5 years, we've seen Mahomes, Kelsey, and Chris Jones turn the Chiefs into a juggernaut, and that's exactly the kind of attitude Durant is aiming to bring to the Suns. Will that happen? Who knows? But you've got to admire the mentality. The Suns kick off their season on October 23rd against the Clippers, and it's clear Durant is bringing the Chiefs-level championship energy with him. Let's see if he can lead the Suns to success, much like Mahomes and the Chiefs have done for Kansas City. So what do you think, Chiefs fans? Are you surprised to see Kevin Durant admiring our Chiefs? And do you think the Suns can really adopt that champion mentality in the NBA like Durant hopes? Now, switching gears, there's another big story that's got fans talking. With Rashee Rice dealing with an injury and our wide receiver room looking a little thin, a new trade rumor could shake things up in a major way. According to an intriguing NFL analysis, the Chiefs might be eyeing a trade for none other than Tennessee Titans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. That's right. The 5-time Pro Bowler could be coming to Kansas City. Here's where it gets interesting. Despite recent injuries to key players like Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Rice, Patrick Mahomes has remained confident in his wide receiver corps. In fact, he's been praising their performance, especially after that last game against the New Orleans Saints, where we saw over 300 passing yards and a solid running game. But with the trade deadline approaching, some are wondering if this receiver depth is enough to carry us through the rest of the season. Enter DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins is currently playing part-time for the Titans, while recovering from a torn MCL suffered in the offseason. Despite that, he's still got plenty of talent. And the idea is that he could replace Rice without requiring a long-term commitment. Hopkins is under contract for around $6 million for the rest of the season and would be a free agent in 2025. A perfect fit for the Chiefs, right? This trade proposal, originally floated by ESPN's Bill Barnwell, suggests that the Chiefs don't need another speedster. They already have guys like Xavier Worthy and McCole Hardman for that. What they need is a reliable X-receiver, someone who can make tough catches and give Mahomes a dependable target in critical situations. And let's not forget, adding Hopkins to the mix could really open things up for our running backs and tight ends, giving our offense even more versatility. Looking at the numbers, Kansas City already has a 94% chance of winning the AFC West, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. But imagine how much more dangerous we'd be with Hopkins gradually working his way into the lineup by December and January. We could have a fully healthy DeAndre Hopkins catching passes from Mahomes. That's a scary thought for any defense in the league. Of course, trades like this don't come without a cost. We'd probably have to give up some future draft picks. But let's be realistic here. When you're in win-now mode and trying to secure another Lombardi trophy, sometimes you have to go all in. The Chiefs front office, led by Brett Veach and Andy Reid, has shown time and time again that they know how to make the right moves at the right time. If they pull the trigger on this, it could be the kind of move that puts us over the top as we head toward the playoffs. Now, some of you might be wondering how this could impact our current roster. What about Juju Smith-Schuster and the younger guys like Worthy? Well, Mahomes has already said he believes in this group, and that's not going to change. Hopkins would simply add another layer of talent and experience. Plus, with Juju dealing with a hamstring issue, having another proven wide receiver like Hopkins could provide some much-needed insurance. Ultimately, whether or not this trade happens, one thing is clear. This Chiefs team is built to win. We have the talent, leadership, and determination to make another Super Bowl run. But adding a player like Hopkins could be the final piece of the puzzle that takes us to the next level. So, what do you think, Chiefs fans? Would you like to see DeAndre Hopkins in a Chiefs uniform? Or are you confident in the current wide receiver corps to carry us through the rest of the season? Let me know in the comments below. And before you go, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for the latest Chiefs news. We've got plenty more coming, and you won't want to miss a thing. Did you know that since Patrick Mahomes took over in 2010, the Chiefs are 4-0 against the Niners? 2 of those wins came on the biggest stage of them all, the Super Bowl. Let's revisit these victories and discuss how the Chiefs can keep that perfect record intact. The first win came back in 2018 during Mahomes' 4th career start. It was his first game at Arrowhead as a starter, and he made it unforgettable, with 314 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Remember that dazzling play when he scrambled all over the field before launching a touchdown to Chris Conley? That game was a sign of things to come, as the Chiefs won 38-27, despite a shaky defense that year. Fast forward to Super Bowl IV in 2020, the game that cemented Mahomes' legacy. It wasn't all smooth sailing. The Chiefs were down by 10 in the 4th quarter, but then came that crucial moment, Jet Chip Wasp, a play that sparked a 21-point comeback and sealed the 31-20 victory, earning Mahomes the Super Bowl MVP. That game turned Mahomes and the Chiefs into legends. Last year, when the Chiefs faced the Niners again, Mahomes went off for 423 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading the team to a 44-23 victory. The Chiefs fell behind early, but they scored the last 16 points of the game, showing once again that they're never out of it. This weekend, the Chiefs will travel to San Francisco, aiming to extend their streak to 5-0 against the 49ers. With the Chiefs' defense stepping up this season, Mahomes might not have to carry the load alone. Plus, coming off a bye gives Andy Reid's team an edge, with a record of 21-4 after a bye, the best in NFL history. What do you think, Chiefs fans? Will Mahomes and the defense keep rolling and make it 5-0 against the Niners? So, what do you think? Will this strategy take us all the way to the Super Bowl? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all the Chiefs news. See you in the next video.